Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am building another tiny house, and this tiny house is using some custom content, I know, but I actually decided to limit myself to just using base game only compatible CC in this build. So yeah, I will leave links down below to, I would hope, all the sets that I used. I think I know which sets I used, but if not, I will figure out the links, don't worry. But I used some custom content by Peacemaker just because I've been in the mood. I've been feeling the Peacemaker vibes lately. I kind of miss Peacemaker's content, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this CC because I want to. And now I will say really quickly, there are a few things from a couple packs, so I kind of lied there, but it's only like three things actually. There are, I put like 3 B boxes from Seasons, and then there's like a couple chairs from Seasons, which honestly, looking back, I could have just removed those chairs, but again, it doesn't matter because they're both from Seasons. And then I used a fire pit from Outdoor Retreat, but that's it. You don't need those items really. They don't really make this house a thing. Like, they're just extra things that I honestly could have just taken out, but I really wanted the B boxes. I don't know, there was a spot that I just saw and I was like, oh, B boxes would look so good there. So, but that's the only content that is not base game or base game CC compatible, blah blah blah, you know. It's the only thing, so you're good. I spent a lot of time on the exterior with this house. I used a lot of debug items, as I have been a lot lately for some reason, to really just fill in the landscaping and just put a lot of plants and just make this house look a little less like it's just kind of sitting there on a knob. I've discovered that with my builds, I really enjoy putting like a fence around the lot, just because it kind of makes it feel a little bit more compact. It makes it feel a little bit more filled in and less, I don't know, just kind of sprawled out and chaotic and weird. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to explain what I'm saying, but it just kind of satisfies, you know, that little itch for me. I don't know, but yeah, and as well as using a bit of Peacemaker content, I did use probably a few items from Harry's and Felixander's packs. I think I've only used like a couple of like plants and some other things. I'll point them out if I see them, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. I just finished recording this build, so it's very fresh in my mind. Oh yes, there is some dividers, like there's these room dividers from the bathroom set. I did use a couple of those in the living room, which those aren't really needed either. They're not necessary at all, but they just kind of, you could just put a wall there or a fence tool or something to make it work. But I don't know, this just made it look quite nice. But yeah, this house is actually for, I guess, a couple of Sims to live in. I kind of imagined it's just a couple wanting to kind of, you know, get away from the city, and they decided to build a tiny house and live on this really beautiful lot in Windenburg. This would look really good in Willow Creek as well, I'm sure. I would say this would probably go best on, you know, that one lot in Willow Creek in the lower right hand corner, that's just kind of like that weird lot that it faces that one. It's the only lot in that little, I guess, cul-de-sac. Not cul-de-sac, it's not a cul-de-sac, but that one little street that's like a dead end. It's the only lot that isn't facing inward. It's facing this other direction, which is weird, but I still build houses facing inward the way they should be. So I think this would look really, really good there if you were going to place it in a base game world. But I don't know. I just wanted to build in Windenburg, even though that's not really base game. It's just arbitrary. It doesn't matter what lot you place this on. It's just a house. So, but yeah, this is available on the gallery. All you have to do is search for my username, lukeydean, and the hashtag lukeylupin. I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. Did I upload it? I feel like I did, but I didn't name it. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I named it. I just named it. It's probably just named Rustic Residence. It still works though, because it's a rustic modern tiny house. There we go. I really wasn't sure what to call this house, like what I should name it, because I had this idea in my sketchbook sketched out, and it would be like, oh, this is an open concept house. And at the end I was like, yeah, it's still kind of open concept, but not quite. There's still some walls and still some you know, dividers, just like separating out some spaces. So it didn't really feel right to call it an open concept because it wasn't really like fully open. So, but it's still, you know, a nice build nonetheless. I did add in a little telescope back there. I was trying to use mainly base game, you know, items. So I thought, you know, they need something to do that's different. So I was like, let's put a telescope. I bet you that telescope would work extremely well in Windenburg because it is a countryside and there's probably not that many lights to interfere with a telescope. So yeah, there you go. That's something practical. I didn't even think of that earlier, but yeah, I really enjoyed using this fence thingy from the live edit objects. If you don't know, you can type in a cheat. After you type in testing cheats true, you can actually type in a cheat. It's just bb.show live edit objects space true. And you get a lot of these really cool items that you'll see throughout the world in your game. And they're free items. Most of the time, they're 0 simoleons. And they don't have a technical footprint, meaning they don't really take up space like any other objects do in games. So your Sims can actually walk through them, which is kind of awkward. But it's good for decor without getting in the way, you know? And plus, the items that you get from that like little section of the menu, they're really detailed. Like they just look really good, and they really help you kind of blend your lots into the rest of the world for the most part. So yeah, I don't know. It's just really, really awesome stuff. But anyway, you can see here that I didn't really section off rooms in this tiny house. The only room that's obviously truly sectioned off is the bathroom for, you know, obvious reasons. Because, you know, that's just gross. But I mean, you do you. I mean, you can do whatever you want in your own builds, but not mine. But yeah, so here is the kitchen. This is why I miss Peacemaker so much. His counters and cabinets are just gorgeous. They come in so many swatches and they're just so beautiful to look at. This is from his Province set. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's the Province set and it just looks really rustic. It's supposed to be like an addition to, not an addition, but it's very much inspired by the cabinets and stuff from the Jungle Adventure Pack. At least that's what Peacemaker said, I think. I'm sure that's what he said, but it's very much inspired by that loosely, and it's got just like some really beautiful hardware. It just gives me like, you know, like contemporary farmhouse vibes. That's kind of the aesthetic that I kind of see that coming from. I just over-explained that, like I always over-explain everything. Anyway, but yeah, I planned this out in my sketchbook, and I wanted to make a small space so that they have enough space for a living room while also having space for, you know, like computers, like a proper quote unquote office space. I actually did the quotes in real life, even though you can't see me. But yeah, I planned it out. And what I did was, since this house is 4 tiles wide, I made the living room area 3 tiles wide and then made a little section there divided with room dividers from the bathroom set to be a little desk area. And for some reason I had it in my head I was going to use the Parenthood desks because they were really small, but I was like, oh, I'm only trying to go for base game, so I just used a table and just like split the table with a divider. It's move objects like crazy, but it provided me a little bit of a space to place down some chairs and a couple laptops because, you know, they needed some space, and this gives them their own little kind of office nooks while, you know, not splitting the space up too much because it provides nice airflow and light and all that fun stuff. And plus these are just really nice little dividers to use. So, but yeah, and I wanted to do that because I just wanted the living room to kind of be its own space, but not be completely cut off from all of that because I wanted it to be fairly communal and everything. So, but yeah, it's so nice to be using Peacemaker CC again. Just look at that. Isn't it so nice? That white furniture with the light wood legs and just, ooh, and those rugs. Oh gosh, Peacemaker's rugs are to die for. They're so, like, he basically has like a rug for every single color, and they come in just a huge variety of patterns, and it's just, oh, they're beautiful. Like, if you are building and you're struggling, just place down one of his rugs and it'll give you a color palette to work with too, I've noticed. Like, I tend to get kind of chaotic with my builds if I don't know what color palette I'm going for, and it's always nice to have items in game that just work and like the colors are just right, so you can just be like, oh, I can do this. I can use this as inspiration to do the rest of the house. And yeah, that's when I placed down that rug, I was like, ooh, yellow accents. I like that idea. So I did yellow accents with a bit of green and brown, and it spoke to me. And it still was quite rustic and modern. I say rustic modern. What I really mean is like contemporary farmhouse, you know, that kind of atmosphere. I hope you pick that up a little bit. It's got some modern vibes. It's got some rustic vibes. Drink. So yeah, I really like this house. It came out looking so cute. I love all the plants. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see the front porch. Wow, it's kind of out there. It's kind of crazy. I made sure to put a lot of plants because Peacemaker, they have so many beautiful custom content plants that are just, like, especially some of their recent sets that they have come out with. Oh, they're gorgeous. They're just so pretty. Like they already had like a Monstera plant that I loved using, but then like there's just so many more. Just wait. And also another item I really, really love is this tiny little shelf that I always miss whenever I don't have CC in my game. And it's basically a shelf that is meant to go in a shower where you put like shampoo bottles on. And it's like short enough and narrow enough so that it fits in a shower without like actually taking up all the shower space. So yeah, love that item. I wish we had something like that in game, but I'm glad that I have Peacemakers because it's so useful. I kind of want to just put it in my game by itself, but I think it's part of a set and I haven't merged probably, so I'm gonna have to figure that out if I want to. But you can see here the front porch. I decided to make it like an outdoor dining space also because, you know, I always like adding extra dining space just in case you want your Sims to, you know, have like some guests over, maybe you're having a party, etc. It gives you plenty of space so that your Sims aren't just standing around. But yeah, you'll see so many plants. These chairs are from the Oasis Chic lounge living set. It's one of the two. It's one of his newer sets, Peacemaker. It's just stunning, just beautiful. Like love it. But you'll see all the plants that I placed down. Most of these are by Peacemaker. I think I did use like that one there on that table, like the right one there. It's from Harry's set, one of Harry's like plant sets. Yeah, I'm explaining things very well. I'll try to leave links down below to everything if I possibly can. It's a process, but I'll do it for you. Don't worry. And if I forget, scream at me in the comments because I don't want to let y'all down because I want y'all to download this CC. It's so beautiful. I want to convert all of you all because some of you all don't like CC or you don't like using it in your game. And I'm just like, girl, it's beautiful and it's free. And look what you can get, isn't it? Anyway, I don't want to push y'all to do what y'all don't want to do because, you know, I can understand it's kind of scary because, you know, computers and crashing and, you know, viruses and just all that stuff. Thankfully, Peacemaker, you don't have to worry about that. But like, you never know because, you know, like computers might not handle CC well because, you know, that's how computers are sometimes. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy this build. I love you all so much. Enjoy the screenshots. I hope you all are staying safe, staying home, and staying hydrated, and staying healthy. Did I say that last time? I don't remember. But yeah, I love you all, and that's everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.